As vaccine rollout continues here in the state of Texas, some rural hospitals are being left without. Fox 14's Jack Kessler spoke to the Texas Organization of Rural and Community Hospitals about the need in those areas.
Don Macbeth, Director of Government Relations at Torch, says the first few months of the COVID-19 pandemic, rural areas didn't see the surge that urban areas saw. He says the surge finally caught up to rural areas, and it's been rough.
It's especially challenging in a rural hospital because they're not used to high patient volume. They don't have the staff to deal with the surges.
Macbeth says the first rollout of vaccines was the Pfizer vaccine, and the problem was it had to be kept at a temperature of 70 below zero and comes in a minimum order of 975. And most rural hospitals didn't need that many or have the ability to hold product that cold. Macbeth says that when the Moderna vaccine was released, about half of the rural hospitals in Texas received doses, and he hopes more is on the way.
We know there'll be a third round of vaccine that will be shipped out next week. That'll be the second round of the Moderna product. And we hope that many more rural hospitals will receive that, because right now these rural hospitals, they're struggling.
Macbeth adds that since rural areas don't have the depth of nurses and doctors that urban areas have, having too many out sick can be detrimental to that hospital.
But in a rural hospital, if half of those employees, the doctors and the nurses, are out because they're sick or because they're quarantined because they were exposed to COVID-19, there's no backup.
Macbeth adds getting vaccines to healthcare workers is vital right now.
To a point, if we're not careful, and I don't think this will probably happen, but you could reach a point where people that are sick with COVID have no place to go because the hospital's either full or shut down because everybody's sick.
Macbeth adds that any additional doses not used by hospitals will be shared with neighboring hospitals, and he says guidance came down from the state last week stating that if you have given shots to all that will take it in regards to hospital staff, move what remains down to first responders such as EMS and firefighters. Live in studio, Jack Kessler, Fox 14 News. Allie?
Jack, thank you. Macbeth says that third round vaccines distribution list should be released in the next few days.